fuck is McClay?
If I didn't have my kid, then I'd probably just stay there and accept the soft dick in my ass. But I needed money.
Lube or no lube?
Well, there it was no lube.
Even soft?
Yeah.
Damn.
So I was like,
how do you get it in soft, no lube?
You just use your thumb to kind of poke it in there.
Which thumb?
Well, not this one. Wait, this one might work. It's curved more.
Yeah.
I thought it maybe doesn't have feeling. Maybe it'd be easier. I don't know.
Yeah. It's really tight. There's no give. There's no give to it. It's like a doorstop. When I'm not super okay about something, you don't get the full thumb up.
It's really quick. Bogcast, episode fucking 20. Homie episode, Jay Maynard.
Before Jay says anything,
uh-oh.
I gotta say, everybody out there, you're welcome.
For what's about to happen?
That voice right there. If there ever was anybody that needed to be on radio,
oh yeah, you got a radio voice,
this
bro.
man
for sure.
right here.
Who was it? Who did the?
I'm gonna add low end to your
Larry.
Back in the day.
Larry
Mack or
Larry
whatever.
Mack.
He said that back in the day. We went on 98 for when I was in Brick, and we did. It was funny because Adam was funny on there. He's like, yeah, we're going on tour. Whoa. We're playing a show in Vegas. Okay. And Oompa was the best, just stuttering, fumbling, trying to get through it. And I said something afterwards. He's like, man, you get a great voice for radio. I'm like, yeah, I thought maybe someday I would, so I started smoking cigarettes at 12.
I remember when on one of those interviews, I paged Oompa like
Bogcast episode 20.
Probably about 1,000 times. Well, and his pager was going off in the background while you guys were on there because I was being a dick.
Yeah.
On 98.
Yeah. Oh, I know. I remember. He was fucking. That's probably why he was stuttering. He was like, "No, motherfucker."
His pager code or whatever was 90210.
Yeah.
So I just kept paging him that.
Yeah.
Pager code.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Remember that? You had like your number and then like your code.
Yeah, you had a code. Like me and Nisbet were talking about that. How we'd have certain codes for everybody, like 60 or something like that meant let's meet up or
oh shit I didn't get that extravagant.
Yeah, we had codes like band codes, like band practice. You get text and it'd be like a certain number.
No,
it's like,
I know what I'm saying. Did you have a number and get text?
I had a number. If it was me, I had a number.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. But
not
like
an event. What to do. No.
No, yeah, it'd be like you text a number that meant I'm on my way.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. Pager days.
Hey,
JJ, the king of beavers.
Did you ever find a pager?
Are you looking for it right now?
Did you ever find a pager?
On eBay, is that good? On eBay. Well, I guess we're on the next song. Anyway, real quick, there's a Bogcast episode 20. You got a special guest, our homie Jay Maynard. We're already talking. We ain't doing this fucking normal fucking stupid intro shit. We're just going with it. But anyway, yeah, the pager on eBay, they're like $15. I was thinking about making like a Facebook post asking for some if people still had them from back in the day and being like, we're filming a period piece.
Yeah.
That's but I actually need some
fucking idea.
I need some pager. Do you have your pager from back in the day?
No,
I thought I might have mine.
My sister might have mine, like in a box of my old things.
That's what I thought. Yeah, like maybe in a box.
Because I have a lot of old. You know what I forgot to bring off subject? I have my baseball card box. Ooh. And I've got my Garbage Pail Kids and my Tough. I have the Tough, the pricing magazine with Bo Jackson on the cover.
Yeah.
I
talk about that shit on my other show.
And
all the time.
I wanted to bring it. You saw my Garbage Pail Kid collection.
It's immense.
I had it all in order. You're all, man, these are great. And then just shoving them back in. I'm like, you know how long it took me? Because it was a series. I'm like, those are all in order. You're all, oh shit, my bad.
Is that shit worth money now?
Series 1, Series 1, if in high grade, a lot of money.
Yeah, I have all of Series 3. They're not in the best condition though. Yeah. I wanted to bring it because I had Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle cards in a case, and they're mint condition. The old Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cards, and they're in mint condition, and I have every single one of them. They only made like 98 of them, and I have every single one of them in a container. They're open, but nothing's wrong with them.
Yeah.
Oh shit! I gotta close the window. Is it the
a
cartoon?
market for that. It is the cartoon. They were the cartoon cards.
Yeah, they're not worth shit.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
They are to me, asshole. Yeah. Way to fucking shit right on top of my childhood.
Hey, I just found one that's going for $432 though.
Nice.
Nothing's
Worth at least
anything anymore.
$432.
Hey, that's decent.
It's worth what anyone will pay for it.
So yeah, the pager thing. I might have. I don't know. My sister has random boxes of my stuff that my mom, after my mom passed away, my sister kind of, accumulated all these things.
Yep.
That's how I got my Dreamcast back, and
I remember that. Yeah.
But
What was your pager code?
I don't remember.
I don't remember yours either. I just remember Uma's
Probably
was 90210.
age wise, it was probably like 69.
I think mine was 666.
Stupid kid.
I think I can't
Or
remember.
boobs.
Like probably
Boobless?
like
Yeah,
it was probably
boobless.
something that you could turn upside down.
Or when you were pissed at somebody, you do the bomb code.
Yeah,
you do
yeah.
the 10, 9, start counting down.
I
forgot about
Yeah.
Do you remember when
funny shit.
I asked my dad if I could have a pager, and he's like, "Only drug dealers have pagers."
Fucking Wayne.
that?
No, I wasn't around then.
We need to get Wayne on here.
I would love
Wayne
to get
would
Wayne
be.
on here.
I want to be here for that episode.
You can be here.
I
on
would
that
love to
episode.
be here with the
You're
Wayne.
very good with talking with all of our dads, man.
Hey, I love the Wayniac.
Yeah.
I haven't talked to Keith's dad in forever.
Yeah.
It's been a long time since I've even seen him.
I remember
Really?
bringing Jay to come see Tracy Belanzi for the first time in a long time with us three.
I was there.
Yeah, and it was fucking.
I remember that night
historic.
too. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we're buddies. Like
Yeah.
when we talk, we're just
They talk for like 2 hours.
We're just buddies.
Yeah, but it was like 2 hours on acid.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, we were on acid, too. Yeah, I forgot.
that was the best
Wait,
ever.
you
That was the
you
best
weren't on acid,
conversation.
though.
I wasn't on acid.
Me and Jay were.
Yeah, giving it to me for the first time.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah. And then where do we go? The Belanzia house.
Yeah.
And I'm out front just chilling, smoking a cigarette. Tracy comes out. Hey, what's going on, Jay? Where's the mohawk? I missed the mohawk.
McClay really took care of us that night.
Yeah.
He
Well,
drove
I
us
was
around-
I was totally fine. Well, Chris Belanzia came out and was trying to fuck with me. And because remember how he used to always say he never smoked weed? He wouldn't tell anybody that he smoked weed.
Tracy.
What's
or
that?
Chris.
No, Chris.
Yeah,
Remember,
yeah,
he'd
yeah,
always
yeah,
be
yeah.
like, "I don't
Yeah.
smoke weed," so he
Yeah.
came out there, and I was smoking a cigarette out front. Even though I was the only one allowed to smoke inside the house.
I was just
with
about to say
Tracy.
that. Yeah.
I was
That was annoying.
yeah, I was fucked up. Yeah, I was fucked
To
up,
you.
and I wanted to
Yeah.
watch. I wanted to watch the tree, so I'm just high, smoking. Chris comes out and he lights up a joint, and he's
Yeah.
like, I thought you didn't smoke weed." He's like, "Oh no, it's a rolled cigarette." I'm like, "Bro, I know what weed smells like. I may be high, but I'm not stupid." He's like, "It's a cigarette." And then Tracy comes out. And he's like, "You want to hear some jokes?" I'm like, "Yeah, I fucking do." And then you kept coming out. You're like, "You're all right, dude." I'm like, "Fucking perfect. I have not a
I
worry
put
in
you
the
in the
world."
perfect situation.
Yeah.
Do you
it was
remember
great.
after? Do you remember after that though? He drove us in the
Over the
your
mountain?
Truck? What was that sticker you had on that truck that said like God?
Grace happens.
Grace
Yeah,
happens.
great.
Oh my God.
happens.
You were driving us around this truck on acid.
My mom. Wait, you got to tell. I got to tell this story
Yeah.
real quick. My mom got so mad at me because she got this sticker on this back of this truck that said "Grace happens," and I went and got a sticker that said "Jesus loves you, but everybody else thinks you're an asshole," and put it right above it. And she flipped the fuck out.
Forgot about that part.
Okay, sorry.
No, you're
No,
good.
that's good. That's hilarious.
No, it's just then you drove us up into before it's all homes and shit now, but it was like
59.
a cul-de-sac.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
where we
that-
used to go
off into-
drinking back in the day.
We were listening to Incubus and Dead Sea.
The first Dead Sea. That's when we
Yeah.
first learned
Yeah.
Dead Sea.
So after that, because then you took us over and you're like, "Check this out," and that's that runway. It looks like the runway all down 59th was all
Yeah,
the lights.
yeah.
So whenever Harold and I would do mushrooms, we'd go up there.
yeah, that was
And
the
I took
place
him there
to
for
go.
the first time, and we sat in that cul-de-sac. He's like, "This
Mm-hmm.
is amazing," and I put on the way back up. I kind of did what you did, how you had timed that Incubus song.
Yeah.
I timed Flowing Glower, I think it was Flowing Glower, the song when he's like, "You're the 4-leaf clover." That part, right as we were coming down, hits, and he's just all, just
I'm
dying.
so
He's
glad
just
you brought
loving
that
it.
up. You know where that came from? How that happened to me?
Mm-hmm.
One of the first times that I was tripping, and I was probably like, I can't remember. I think Steve had just got his license, so I was maybe 15.
Yeah.
And we were riding with Steve, and we were he was sober, and sober as Steve, and
There's a level, Steve sober.
yeah, SAS, sober as Steve.
Yeah.
So he's sober, but everybody else is tripping, and just by dumb luck, going down that fucking curve, and when you see all those lights, we were going through that mountain and coming down that curve during Tool, where it's the fucking lightning and the baby crying off of fucking Anima.
That would make me jump out of the fucking
It
window.
was fucking amazing, man.
Yeah.
I thought I was being reborn, dude. It was fucking amazing.
That's
and
awesome.
I remembered that, dude.
Yeah.
That's
There's
a fucking great place.
nothing
always-
better than drugs and music.
Yes.
There's nothing
And
better
there's
than
certain
doing.
moments because
Yes.
it can timestamp things and it brings back memories and
Music is timestamped
Yeah.
all my
Oh,
life.
for
There's
sure, yeah,
nothing. There's nothing better. Sorry, Wayne and Sandy. There's nothing better than doing drugs with Brian McClay.
oh, for sure, yeah. I think
You always have a driver.
you what?
You always have a driver.
I got a story
Not only
about that. Hold on.
just really quick.
Fucking
Not
peop-
only a
The
driver,
people mover.
but a driver who can roll a joint while he's driving with his knees.
No, yeah.
So he's driving with his knees, rolling the best joint
Yeah.
you can ever roll. He's just like,
and then the night's over. McClay's done.
but he's on 3 hits of acid also at the same time.
He times himself perfectly when we do mushrooms. He always timed himself to be where somebody else's house was, and that's when the throw up would start. He'd be fine all night long, and the second all of a sudden,
Fuck you guys.
every time.
Because you guys would stand around me and laugh
Yes,
your
we would.
asses off at me.
And then that was like the night's over. He's done.
yeah.
He's done.
Yeah.
You did that in the middle of that fight at the apartment complex. Oop was with us, and it was me, you, and Todd. I think it was me, you, and Todd, and we went to. I don't know if you were taking me. There was when I think it was living with Oompa, and
With Crystal?
yeah,
Yeah.
and somehow we were at the complex next door, and Oompa was with us, and there was like these guys started shit or whatever, and we're all out of the car, and like I'm like, yeah, I'm ready to fight, and I'm like looking around at shit still, trees are moving, I'm like, yeah, this is crazy, and Oompa's just ready to go. McClay's at his driver door, and it's all intense, and you just hear, blah, blah. Like, what?
He's like the biggest dude you need on the team and shit.
The best
Fight.
way to end a fight. It's the best. All right, well, can't really be aggressive after that.
It sounds like a dead baby, dude.
It was great.
He won't do mushrooms to this day because of that shit.
I
Really?
won't, no.
I love it.
I think
Todd-
throwing
Todd-
up's natural. Do you don't ever throw up on mushrooms?
I no, but
I
no.
never have.
What's the
No,
most
hold
you've
on.
taken though? What's
Just stop.
Good
It's-
handful.
It's not it's not when you take, how you throw up once or twice. It's 1,000 times for like every 15 minutes over 8 hours.
Yeah, you just constantly go. But when you have when that good one is at the end.
sucks.
Yeah, I know. I've never once I've never once thrown up, and I've been fucked up on mushrooms.
I've thrown up every time
yeah,
too.
McClay can
every time.
attest to how fucked up we've been on mushrooms. And the 4th of July, we go to
That was a great fucking night.
that was an
bro.
amazing night. We go to we started off when I was staying with Oompa, we were playing Bond.
James 007.
First
64.
First time I ever
Yeah.
beat McClay.
Yeah.
First and only time I ever beat him. And we're sitting there, we're eating. I'm mashing my mushrooms up with Reese's peanut butter cups, and like, 'cause I hate mushrooms in general, but
Everybody.
No one
hates
likes
mushrooms.
mushrooms.
so I've thrown them up. Well, Todd would remember
Yes.
and he's laughing, just eating them out of the bag.
What a weirdo.
Yeah,
Oh.
at Chris Tierney's house. So we go. They show up there, and we have it all, and we're taking the mushrooms, and we sit down, and we start playing 007. And I kind of I did a screen look over at McClay. I'm like, something doesn't look right. I'm like, I look over, I'm all, you feeling it? And he's just all, yeah. And we're sitting there, I'm like, yeah, me too. This is getting really weird. So we finally go, and this story is absolutely, it was so much fun. So we have, it was me, McClay, and Todd, and then we met up with Kelly and Jimmy. And we're in the Stratus, of course. And they're all in the back, and somebody tried to hop up in the front, and McClay's like, no, Jay's sitting in the front. And so they're all three sitting in the back, and we're eating. We decided to go to Glendale Community College for the fireworks. And we stop in front of, somebody was trying to sell parking spots. And the cops came, they're like, who the fuck are you? Like, it was just a random person that had no authority, remember? And we were stuck trying to it took forever. And I was like, you know what? Before knowing that, I was like, we can probably park in front of Ace. If the guys are there, I can just be like, yo, let me park, because we knew all those guys. And we finally get in there, and there's a spot right in front of Trails. And we go inside to get whippets. And we fucking run into Justin Ray.
It was amazing, dude.
We're inside, and we randomly, Justin Ray is there.
He's done that like 3 or 4 times.
He just shows up.
Yeah.
That's his thing.
Yeah, it starts to make me feel like I'm being followed.
Yeah.
So we go inside, and by this point, I'm fucking, everything's purple at this point. And we go in there, and Justin Ray just starts talking to me. I'm like, no, I can't. I don't want to talk to you right now. I'm going to wait out in the car. Here's some money. Grab the whippets. We go out, and we all crack a few. We're like, yeah, wah, 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 wah. Kelly, Todd, and Jimmy leave. Me and McClay just kind of look at each other like, we should do a few more. Start cracking them. Fucking... I pass out and have how you have those quick little dreams when you do whippets and pass. I had a dream I did a drive-by with DMX because the mushrooms and everything, like, it was weird. And we're doing them, and finally we kind of come to, and we look at each other like, let's go watch these fireworks. And we open the doors, and it's all ting 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 ting, just cartridges everywhere. And we're like, how many of those did we just do? Like,
It was
we were
like
in there
2 hours later.
We thought we were in there for like 10 minutes. We get out of the car, and I'm like, all right. Oh, I kind of stretch off the whippets from my body. It's like, oh. We get out, and we're like, all right, let's go watch these fireworks. And we look, and it's just a horde of people running at us, and we're kind of we're like, what the fuck what happened? What's going on? And we see Oompa with both the babies in their car seats running at us, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Shrooms almost.
Yeah,
so
we're
weird.
fucked.
He's got 2.
I'm like, what happened? He's like, nothing. I'm just trying to beat the crowd. And I'm like, the crowd, and then I hear off in the distance, that was the worst grand finale I've ever seen. And we're like, how fucking long were we in this car for? We were in there. We missed all of the fireworks. We missed everything. And it was just, and everybody gets back in the car like, where's the whippets? Funny story about that. There aren't any.
They fell out.
Yeah.
This is like Fear and Loathing in Glendale.
Yeah. So then we leave. And all of a sudden, McClay's like, what the fuck? And he starts turning knobs and blowing hot air at us. I'm like, dude, what the hell's going on? I'm like, it's summer. Why is the heat on? And his car starts to overheat. So there's this panic going on inside the car. And I'm like, I don't know how to react. And I don't remember it calmed down or whatever.
Yeah.
And then he made a wrong turn into a neighborhood. But following cars, and he was starting to lose his mind.
Yeah.
And
Like literally lose
yeah.
my mind. Next thing I know, I'm on the freeway and I'm driving,
Well, no,
and I think that I'm the Millennium Falcon doing the fucking Kessel Run, man.
But the funny thing was, when we're stuck in that neighborhood, Todd's in the back going, people mover. Todd's in the back
That's
going,
what
Wait.
tripped me out.
What happened to Oompa?
he packed his, yeah, no, it didn't matter at that point.
He had taken the mushrooms
He took mushrooms
and had to go hang out with fucking Crystal.
Wait a minute. He ran off. Wait a minute.
Did he take the mushrooms?
Yeah, he did.
He ran
I don't remember that. I was just
He
tripping.
ran out
I was
you-
waiting for Jimmy and Kelly and Todd to come back.
He ran at you with 2 kids, and then what? You disappeared? He
went
trims and
home.
ran back.
He
Yeah.
went home.
He ended up
He went home.
He was parked next to us the whole
He went
time.
and saw the show with Crystal and the
His
kids.
car was parked next to us
Yeah.
the whole time.
Coincidentally or on purpose?
Coincidentally.
It was all none of
On
it was
mushrooms,
planned.
on acid. That is
It was
the weirdest
crazy.
shit.
And then, but the whole time, I forgot when we're in the neighborhood, he's driving and McClay is just dying. Like he's sweating his ass off.
Like that's normal.
Well, this Todd's
That's, that's standard procedure.
No, your sweat was sweating.
Yeah.
And Todd's in the back. Todd's in the back seat.
Eating mushrooms.
Yeah. Todd's in the back seat eating out of the bag.
Still creepy.
Doing this to McClay. People mover. People mover.
What?
Because we're stuck in this neighborhood and it's like a herd of people moving through the neighborhood.
So it looks like you're on one of those things in the airport.
Yeah. Because it was just, it wasn't stopped and it wasn't fast.
Like,
it was
you
like a
mean
perfect
like
steady stream, but just took forever.
And when you get that in your head,
Yeah.
That's so weird.
and when you get that in your head, bro, that shit
Yeah.
trips you out.
Oh, it was
Todd.
great.
Oh man.
Oh,
Poor Oompa. Oompa should be here right now.
Yeah.
But Oompa had Oompa happen to him.
Oompa had an oompadent,
Yeah, I got a phone call from
an
Oompa.
axe oompdent.
It was
Yeah, dude.
You got it.
Just know he didn't lose a toe.
Yeah.
no, he was just doing some man shit, yard work. Fucking, you got to trim some shit, mow the lawn. But sometimes,
You need to
you
cool
take
off, too.
you take an accidental backstep into the pool with the lawnmower.
I fucking love Oompa, man.
Holy shit!
So I hope the lawnmower's okay.
I hope it wasn't electric.
Yeah. Jesus.
Plugged
Well,
in.
he talked to us for a little bit after, so at
Yeah,
least he's conscious.
that's funny. And
Right on, man.
so, anyways, I could go forever.
There was something that we were going to talk about that we said don't talk about. What the fuck was it?
What?
We don't talk
what?
When we're no. We said wait.
the
We
fuck?
said wait.
Oh,
We said
what
wait.
was it? Oh, I think it was with all the the sleeping pills and all that stuff, wasn't it?
Yeah.
No.
I don't remember. I'm not even high, and I don't remember.
Anyways, so for everybody out there, obviously Jay's a good friend. We've known Jay we've all known he's one of the guys that there's like a group of us of like 10 probably that have known each other for
Forever.
40 fucking years almost now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, a long time, and I wasn't even part of that crew. I was part of the older brother crew.
Yeah.
But I was in the middle.
yeah.
So there was you guys, because you guys were only a couple years younger than me,
Yeah.
and they were only a couple years older than me. But being in the band,
Yeah.
and you guys, in my how you look at it is, I mean, I was a stupid young kid, but you guys were always like the bratty little brothers hanging out.
Yeah,
in the
because that's
corner,
what we were.
Well,
Yeah.
the link was the Blanzia's
Blanzias.
house for
Oh, yeah.
sure. Yeah.
Well, we had Mark as our singer, and then of course you guys were buddies with Chris, and then Scott and Brian and all them.
Yeah.
But
I mean, there's a whole small world there with.
The Criddles.
There's so many.
the Crydells.
That's the most crazy coincidence for me is because I became friends with Criddle before any of you guys, and Criddle was the next door neighbors to Oompa, and Criddle's older brother inspired Oompa to play the drums. Okay.
Yeah.
And so when I was at Criddle's house, remember when what's his name was saying he'd always heard about Oompa,
Josh.
and he was always
Josh
it's always
was one of the
like
funniest
Mike
people I
Martin.
ever
Yeah,
knew.
Mike Martin. Yeah.
you hear about like meeting Oompa, but then he's
Yeah.
gone. That was me forever. And then finally he showed up at Criddle's house, and me being one of the band, hearing about breaking shit,
Yeah.
I was like, oh, this bad motherfucker.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
shit. But that's how I met eventually meeting all you guys, and then coincidentally meeting you freshman year. I know it's just
And
weird.
I knew them, and
Exactly,
You
so
didn't know,
it's like
and
every-
I didn't know that you knew Criddle.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just this weird web of people that
Yeah.
are now it's just everyone's in.
Well, and I wouldn't have met anybody if it wasn't for Jason Hinton.
Yeah.
Being my neighbor and
Yeah.
hanging out. I mean, he was my buddy. He was there. He was all the older guys' age. But I'd go over there and we'd hang out, became friends. Played football in the street, and then as we got older, we smoked weed together.
Yeah.
But he, I would have never met, or who knows if I would have even been a musician had it not been for him.
he introduced
That's
you like
crazy, dude.
Because, I mean, I started playing. I had a buddy show me, and I was really into it. But I was just playing. I was just playing Primus on my bass in my backyard, and they all had their band going on. I think it was originally called Compressed Aggression, but I was just playing in the backyard. I skipped school and I was just back there playing, and go buy some weed from Hinton, go back to the house, smoke a little bowl in the backyard, and just play my bass. And when their band was going, their bass player, they lost their bass player, and he's like, dude, I know this kid. He's like 2 doors down. All he does is play his bass in the backyard for like the past 2 months. And that's about how long I had been playing. And so like, well, if he's ever over, let us know. Maybe we'll swing by. So I was just hanging out over there one day, and they all showed up. Oompa and Mark and Jim.
Oh, okay. That's what I was going to ask you. They
they
were the link to Oompa and Mark.
Yeah, it was Oompa, Mark, Jim, and Brian.
And what were they called?
I think they were going by Compressed Aggression at the time.
Yeah.
Brick was, I don't know, some dream that Oompa had. Makes no sense, but we should. Yeah.
Can we please hear that?
We'll hear it.
I'll get to that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I showed up, or we hung out, and they're like, "Hey, I heard you play bass." I'm like, "Yeah, kind of. I've only been playing a couple months." And we go back to Oompa's house and go in his garage, and I was like, I thought this was a professional band. Like, they were the shit. And their cabinets were yay high. I'm like, man, because I'm playing off this little Gorilla amp. And I'm like, these guys are pro, bro.
That's funny why you say that, because that's what I thought when I went to brick practice.
Yeah.
So what that
It's
feeling
funny.
is, yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Because you don't know, and especially
for sure.
being 2 months into it. I was an athlete.
Yeah.
I was an athlete my whole life, hurt my back and my knee playing football, and just randomly fell into music. Well, not randomly. I think my buddy Dustin, for that, he got me into it. But so I go there, and they're playing, and they're like, speed metal, just crazy speed metal. It's nowhere near the stuff I listen to it. So that's not what I'm playing at all. I don't even know if my fingers can do that. And I didn't have any of my gear there, but old gear from our buddy Sean Murphy used to play. I was playing for him for a second. His stuff was there, and it was the bass amp. It was like a 15-inch speaker, just one. I'm like, oh, this is what all the pros must use. Yeah. I'm like, this thing's gigantic. I couldn't fathom, because I'd never really been. I'd been to a concert, but like so far back, you don't know what's on the stage. You just know the ones on the side. You're just like, there's no way there could be anything bigger than this. And his bass was there, which happened to be a Yamaha. Mine was a Yamaha, but mine was fretless. I'd learned how to play on a fretless bass. And I'm like, well, just play, what have you written? I'm like, I haven't written a fucking thing. Like, well, just play something. I'm like, all right. I didn't even know if anybody knew who Primus was. And I'm sitting there fiddling with the strings, and like, I didn't even know how to tune. I just knew what the sound was. I just listened as I'm moving the tuning keys on there. And I just go, and I start playing My Name Is Mud. And they're all, what the fuck? I'm like, I don't know. I don't really know anything. Because I didn't know. I didn't know if that was good or if it was bad. I didn't know anything. I mean, I'm sure I didn't play it well. It was probably a fumble fucked through it, But so they were like, you're dope, dude. Let's fucking have you play. And I remember just a few weeks later, trying to, I barely knew the songs. We played a desert party at the Bowl.
Oh my
How old
God,
were you? How old were you during this?
14.
14?
Yeah, and they were 18, 17, 18.
What's the
years
Bowl?
old.
So for the people that don't know,
Is that I Hate
you got to
You?
explain. Yes.
So the
same
Bowl,
type area. Yes.
The Bowl was
83rd, 75th, and
yeah, it was right behind a mountain.
Yes.
So you had this, and so if you played there,
kind of out where Campbell's is.
If you, we set up wrong, but it was a good spot. It was a bowl because it was just it was bowl shape, really. And
It was
just
where a
wide
bunch of
open.
like people would take their ATVs and shit, and they turned it into like literally like a bowl.
Yeah.
So
it
it
was
out in the
out of
desert.
water, out in the desert,
out in the middle of the desert.
And it was a perfect like little amphitheater. Because
They
it
would
was
bring
that
generators
bowl.
and shit, right?
Yeah,
People would bring
generators. We built
generators.
pallet stages and
67th and
which-
Joe Max.
It was somewhere around.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
can't remember exactly.
Before there was anybody
Yeah,
out there,
I
there was
was-
nothing out there but desert and
that was
orange groves.
almost 30 years ago. So
Yep.
it's hard for me to remember.
Yeah.
But so we go out there. I'm like, I had saved up money. To get, because I was borrowing a buddy's amp. I'd saved up money. This kid I knew had, it was called, the little bass amp is called a Stone amp. And it was a piece of shit, but I didn't know any better. And I bought it. And I was saving up for it. And I got it. I'm like, I'm in it. I'm gonna be fucking famous. You know, at first, that's the first thought in your head. You're like, this is gonna be amazing. So we go out and we play the desert party, and I didn't know anybody at this point other than them. I didn't know the crew. I didn't know a single person. I'd only been in that neighborhood for just a few years, and I didn't really know anybody except for who lived inside my neighborhood. And so we go, and there were so many people there. You know, it had to have been 100, 200 kids out there. You know,
those were
and I'm just
legendary
like,
parties
what
out there.
the fuck? And when they started playing and I played, I realized nobody could fucking hear me at all. So I just fucking jumped around and acted as crazy and headbanged as hard as I possibly could. And I didn't know the songs. I knew bits and pieces of each song, but I didn't know, much. So I'm like, fuck it, I'll put on a show. So I just start going nuts. Well, that screwed me because after that, that's kind of one of the things, not many people spoke about my bass playing when I was younger. They're like, man, you fucking get crazy on stage. I'm like, I probably am going to have to keep this up, until I actually learn how to play bass. But we played that, and it was after that, my life changed. Yeah. After that night, my life completely changed. Not only just because of that, but the people I met, the friends I've made. As a kid, I moved all the time. Every half year, every year, I went to 5 different schools for 3rd grade. I moved all the time. So even though I've moved, from that spot, moved around, even within my youth, I've kept all my friends. And so we don't see each other all the time, but I always see all of them in pockets, the older friends, for sure. Whatever. But it's been consistent, but I've met so many.
That's when you knew you wanted to do music and shit too,
amazing,
right?
Experiences.
I mean, I got to experience two things because I always say it. Every album, any band I've ever been in that we've done any album, and you do the things, I put Jason Hinton's name in there every single time, because if it wasn't for him, who knows? Yep. I would have, who knows where I would have been, what I would have done, but because of him, it was the catalyst for me to make all these, lifelong friends. Dude, don't even worry about it. Lifelong friends, family, parents, everybody, I never had that. I didn't have it in my own home. Yeah. So I had it outside of the home, and because it was
and even amazing. In bands and shit.
Well, yeah, but that's what I mean. That's part of the family aspect of it. We were all so very close.
Everybody became like brothers.
Yeah, everybody, because the way I grew up, it almost like everybody took on a father figure type role to me. Yeah. And I learned something because I had nobody to teach me anything. Yeah,
there was
a
while there where I knew Jay because he was sleeping on somebody's couch. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Jay
That's funny you say that because I had those same stories. That's how I look like you guys in Hoop. Like you guys taught me all kinds of crazy shit because you guys are older. And,
well, you just it's everybody gets that. That's what I like too. That's a friendship right there. You learn from one another. You don't tell each other what to do. You just learn from one another, and you figure things out together. And I don't know, I'm getting all stupid sappy, but
no. That's why we do this, man.
But yeah, it changed my life, and we've all had our moments where we've gotten off track. Yeah. But who helped? It's up to us to make the choice. But we're all still right here. We've been through bad things together. We've done bad things to each other. We've said bad things to each other. And lots of bullshit's happened along the way, but we're still friends at the end. Yep. It's funny because I was watching Hot Tub Time Machine today, and they have that scene on the roof. Whatever. But it's
like a bonding moment.
Yeah. It's like you guys. No matter, even if I do stupid shit, you're still supposed to be my friend and support.
Yeah. Well, we all do stupid shit for sure.
No, that's what I mean. Like. We've all had our moments.
What's funny is like what you guys really helped me with at a very young age is just open up and not give a fuck right away. And I'll never forget one of the very first times I hung out with you. I was driving my mom's blue minivan. Yeah. It was literally me, you, and Brett. Yeah. And you know the very first thing you ever said to me? No. You just go, let me see exactly how you word this. You go, you're like, when's the last time you jacked off, or did you jack off today, or something like that? Something about jacking off. You know what I mean? I was 16, just got my license, and you're 16. You don't like talk about jacking off it. You know what I mean? And I was all embarrassed and shit, and like me and Brett were like, "What the fuck?" But like, that's when I realized like, wow, there's a whole world where like I don't gotta like hide about jacking off, and I can talk about all kinds of crazy shit. And
that's great.
Like it really opened up to me, just not giving a fuck about anything. The GoPro's cut. What happened?
Said connection lost.
Oh really? I'll hook it up. You guys keep going.
Yeah, sorry or thank you. I don't know which one to say. But
there's been a lot of us. I mean, and it's funny because we talk a lot about it on the show, but obviously there's a group of people. There's a large group of people in this family.
Mm-hmm.
There's a large group of people,
and it's gathered.
Yeah,
it's like it's a snowball.
Yeah.
That snowball effect. It rolls, and we're just picking people up along the way.
I was just about to say that. It's funny you say that, man.
We're picking people up along the way, and they become closer and closer.
Yeah.
And even I have a whole new group of friends.
Yes.
From where I've moved, I've made a ton of new friends, and they've are within a short amount of time. I'm extremely close to them. I don't know if that's me pulling them in or they've given me something that makes me feel that way. I mean, I know I can talk to anybody for any lengthy period of time, and it's either interesting or it's extremely annoying.
Yeah.
I'm very long-winded.
Yeah. You're good at doing that, but that's cool,
I don't know
man.
if that's a good quality, but I've never said, man, I really appreciate about that guy. He's long-winded.
It's really funny though that you say that we snowball and we pick up people along the way, because that's that's exactly what it fucking felt like, dude. It felt like there was a core group of people that just kind of like would move around areas of the valley, and there would be new people from those areas. Like I remember the Streets in New York days, right?
Yeah, George.
We literally took that Streets in New York and turned it into us, and then just snatched everybody up, that whole crew, and they became really good friends along the way.
Symbiotic, it's all symbiotic, and it's
and then it went to the house, and then it went to this house and that house, and it was just like along the way there was always that main group of people that were kind of like family. Yeah, and that's a really cool thing, especially to be this long in the tooth. You know?
I mean, who'd have thought? I'll be 40 in August. Mm-hmm. Who'd have thought I've gone? Who'd have thought I would have gone this long? Because I've always been. I have no problem severing ties from things in my life. If I don't like the way something is, whether I've known you long or whatever, if it makes me, I'll do it, even if it's to benefit you. Yeah. Yeah. So for me inside, for me not to, and I've cut relationships off, friends, close friends, and some people say it's not that serious. Well, you're not me, so to you it's not that serious. To
it's
me,
all relative.
It does a certain thing. I have a very deep thing about I don't know. Anyways, that's off the subject. Yeah. But I would have thought by now that I would have had less friends. I
was about to say, we're to be honest, man. Some of us are lucky to be alive. Shit.
Absolutely.
Shit.
Everyone in this room.
Yeah.
Very much so.
Yeah.
So we.
So we were. You started off the show. One of the things that everybody, obviously, if you don't know, Brick was the band that Jay and Oompa were in, and. Kind of the nucleus to a lot of other bands in this area and stuff. After that, do you remember? It's funny because we all have a couple people who it's like that synchronicity about that played. I don't know. Did you get a chance to hear Kyle Stinson's episode yet?
He was the younger cat that was local musician. Yeah, I watched most of that one.
Dude, how crazy is that, dude? Yeah. Francisco's fucking.
It's all but imagine the bands that we would talk to before us, like Pelvic.
But that's what I mean. Like all these people are within arm's reach.
It's a similar aesthetic, to that where. I don't feel like that bond is as great now. I mean, I haven't been in the local scene in so long.
There was I think it's there. It's just everybody's been out of it so long.
It's I agree. Like the episode when Oompa was talking about music, how it's just nothing's exciting. It's hard. It's not that hard. If you really dig deep, there's stuff out there. YouTube is a great way to find stuff. Spotify.
I was going to ask you, what are you listening to right now?
I've been listening to a lot of Reign of Kindo.
Never heard of them.
Beautiful band. Beautiful band.
You've always been into the much heavier shit, man. I've moved.
No, they're mellow.
No, hold on. That's what I'm getting at. Oh. So like Jay, one thing about Jay is Jay's always been into the heavier side, and I broke away from that a long time ago. And the only time, and the funny thing about that is, like, the last 3 major bands that I've fell in love with, have been because Jay has sent me a fucking text or said, "Hey, check these guys out," and they're heavy.
Yeah, but it's different. It's a
weird.
different heavy.
It is.
It's not the stuff like, I mean, they're still one of my favorite bands like Grave. It's not like Grave, or it's not like just Napalm Death, or just straight up, just heavy.
Yeah.
It's so well written.
Soul heavy.
It
Sleep
is.
Agony changed my thought on. There's two bands that have changed my thought on fucking new rock music, and that's been Within the Ruins and Sleep Agony.
Token.
Oh, sorry, Sleep Token. Jesus fucking Christ, Sleep Token.
Yeah, Sleep Token. No, they're great, and I know they're comprised of other different bands. And DT showed me that band, it's different. It's something good, and that's what I'm always trying to find. I'll still listen to just straight Smash Mouth, crazy heavy. Not the band Smash Mouth, but crazy heavy music. Yeah. I still have like Tony Danza Tap Dance Extravaganza on, going all the time, or Thy Art Is Murder, just super, super heavy bands. But every now and then I like to grab like Sleep Token, or what's the band? I'm so bad with names.
There's something that I want to talk about once Keith gets back in here. I want to get his take on it too, but one of the things that with Jay, especially Jay and me along the years, is we've all been really heavy into finding new music, and sometimes finding those bands that just change lives, right? I mean, there's been a couple of bands. I was just about to say Dredge.
Dredge was a life changer, even for my bass playing.
Yeah.
I don't remember. You showed me Dredge.
I found him on Napster.
Napster, yeah.
When the Ep20, or however you say that, was first released locally. They didn't even have an album. And that's when you showed me.
I want to see you, because you put together like a mixtape for me.
You were the one that found him?
Yeah.
You put together a mixtape for me. It had Dredge and Glassjaw and Vex Red.
Yep. Holy shit.
And I want to say Mad at Gravity?
Mad at Gravity, yeah. Back when they were just an acoustic band.
Yeah, you had all this stuff on there, and then I think you'd put some Mr. Bungle on there, and like you just put together this whole badass mixtape for me.
Remember that other band that was so badass that they changed their name, but they were called Sleep?
Oh, City Sleeps.
Sleeps.
Yeah, they used to be.
What was their name before?
Scumface.
That band,
or Smugface.
Smugface. That band
went nowhere, and they were amazing.
Fucking unreal. Smugface.
Drugs, man. That's the only time Drugs did a bad thing for a band, is because he got. And then most of his songs, that's all he sung about was Percocets and stuff like that. Lower tabs.
Yeah. That's fucking.
But yeah, they were.
There's a couple bands that I thought were going to change.
There's a song that they have called "Not an Angel."
Yes.
And he hits this note with his voice, and I show people. I'm like, just wait, and he hits this super high note that makes your spine chatter.
Yeah.
It's so good. It literally just goes up into your, and that's what I like. I can listen to an entire song and be just okay with it for one fucking note.
Yeah.
There's one note, and I'll just, it's almost like you've never heard it before, and it comes out of nowhere.
You know who does that a lot to me, and I'll wait to really get into it till Keith gets a chance? Jonah. Jonah does that a lot to me with his one-line drawing stuff.
Yeah.
Some of that stuff, that shit.
It's insane. Oh, I wanted to come back. You guys were talking about Nothing Face. It was Adam that introduced us all to Nothing Face, because he worked at Zia Records.
Oh, fucking A! I forgot that.
What's that?
Who claimed it?
I think you guys were saying Mike did.
Okay, yeah.
But no, it was Adam, because I remember they were living. I remember the house and everything, and I remember him showing them to me. Yeah, because remember he worked there, and Adam was a big catalyst to showing us bands.
Yeah,
because he worked at Zia Records, and and Swag, man, he gave me the Primus Brown album on vinyl, and the first 6 Feet Under album on vinyl.
Wow,
amazing. I don't know if anybody knows 6 Feet Under, Cannibal Corpse, and Obituary. Yep. Cannibal Corpse and Obituary's baby. Then
who was another band that changed my fucking life that didn't get big?
Who?
Embodiment.
Oh God, they just put out a new album like 3-4 years ago. No, they got better. Really? They started out heavy as fuck.
Yeah.
And then they switched singers, and they just got better. And
When they
wrote
got
better
Sean,
and
Sean,
better.
I can't remember
Yeah, I
Sean's
can't remember
last
his
name.
name. That show we went to.
Yeah,
When we
it
went
was
out-
terrible.
It was, but it's still. That was the club. You
It was the club,
It was,
100%. It was in a pizza place.
Yeah, the Mad Eye, the Mad Italian.
Fucking terrible.
Oh.
I was just talking to
I could
somebody.
split off from that night in so many different directions.
That fucking Corey, man.
The Taco Bell.
Oh God.
That was when we were all living with Greg.
Yeah,
Anyways.
that was when I was fucking on a different level, my friend.
You got to tell the sandwich story.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
the shit burger?
Yeah.
We will. I'll wait.
No, we got to tell it. We got to
you
tell
want to tell it now?
Yeah, let's tell it.
All right. So I don't know the first portion of the evening because I was not feeling well and I was in bed. And I don't know who I was hanging out. It was like Jur and Nate. Nate Wallace was there.
It was Nate and me.
And Jur Jur was there when Corey threw the turd at the window.
Yes. Nate,
we say that like it's just a thing that happens.
I know.
No, it was when he threw the turd.
It was Nate, me, Corey, you, and Todd.
Maybe Todd, but yeah. So and then Shitburger. We can't say his name.
Yeah.
We
yeah.
shit. I don't even care now. It's been so.
No, it's fucking
long.
great. Just
Yeah.
keep it. Yeah.
But so Corey keeps coming, knocking on my door. I'm like, dude, I don't feel good. Leave me the fuck alone. And I hear everybody's laughing their asses off. I'm like, fuck, I just want to go to sleep.
I think
feel
Spencer
good.
was there too.
Yeah, he might have been there. And my door comes open and Corey's Jack Russell. Jumped just all over. I'm like, I'm all comfy in my sleep number. Or what was the?
He was
not
bad
sleep
about
number.
waking people up, man.
Always. What was the bed that Todd used to?
Craftmatic.
Craftmatic. We all had Craftmatics in our room. That was great.
Yeah.
He wakes me up. I'm like, fine. I'm fucking in. What's going on? And I walk out, and that cat's sitting there, and he's taped. You guys had taped Whippet cartridges and beer cans all over him. And he's sitting against the wall. And it's the most vivid story. Like, in my head, I see every
Let me tell what happened before.
Yeah, tell what happened before,
Okay.
because I wasn't part of
This
that.
guy came over to like a little party we were having, and Corey brought him over, and he was so drunk, got so drunk, and every other word was the N word, and every other word was some type of
narcolepsy?
Yeah, close. So, I mean, this guy was just being a complete asshole, and he was just like telling people, to go fuck off. And we had finally told him, hey man, if you don't fucking stop, we're gonna duct tape you to the bed. And he just got so drunk that we ended up duct taping him to the bed.
Packing tape.
Packing tape.
packing
And then
tape.
we
Duct tape
started.
who?
This guy. His name, hold on, you'll remember.
Yeah.
This guy's name is Shitburger. This is when we were living at Greg's house.
Shitburger.
He
Yeah.
ate the shit burger.
Yes.
I'm telling the story.
Hold on, we're telling the story.
I just
Spoilers.
started
Spoilers.
Never mind.
I'll
The
edit.
story's over.
I'll edit this.
So, anyways, this guy comes and and Jay at the time, I think you'd come home and passed out because you weren't feeling good or
Yeah,
something.
came home from work and
Yeah.
I'd been out. I was sick, didn't feel good.
And so Jay, everybody bails because this guy's being an asshole and everybody's wasted. But then, like the second night comes in and people start getting off of work and stuff, and so Corey comes in after waking up for a little bit, and then he wants to wake up Jay, and that's where this comes into the story.
Which is always a good time.
Yeah.
Corey's a maniac, and
Yeah.
I love him to death. So I go.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So I go. I'm like, all right, I'm in. What the fuck's going on? I walk out, and he's sitting in a chair, and he's got Whippet cartridges and beer cans taped on him with packing tape. I'm like, all right, where's the fucking roll? I'm definitely in. I'm like, I wanted to tape his arms to the handles, and then he was sitting with his
Yes.
legs crossed, so I can't really do it. I'm just kind of stuck in the table, but
In
he
that
has
type of chair,
Yeah,
though.
he has his leg. He has his right leg, right ankle up on his left thigh. So I tape his foot to his thigh over the ankle, like cross it over all over the place.
He's
right?
passed out at this time.
And I tape his left wrist to the arm of the chair. And his right wrist, he's dead against the wall. I'm like, fuck. And he just happens to be we had 3 rolling chairs in the kitchen, and that just happened to be the one that didn't have the wheels on it. And I said, I don't want to wake him up. And Corey's like, he's not going to wake up. Check this out. And he takes an empty can and throws it right next to his face. Boom! nothing, not a twitch, nothing. He could have been dead for all we knew at that point. I'm like, all right, cool. So I
Proceed.
I grabbed the, I'm like, here we, yeah. So I grabbed the arm of the chair, and right when I move it, it goes, and he opens his eyes and he stares right at me. And I'm like, oh, fuck. And everybody goes running out of the room.
We run outside.
I'm like, I don't know where to go. We go out. And remember the kitchen had those windows that you could look right into the dining room.
You could actually go into them.
I remember clear as day.
Yeah.
So he was where the table was. He was right up against that wall. That's the opening into the kitchen. He's against this wall right here.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what's going on? He just seemed really excited about something, you know? I'm like, because I didn't know what the beginning had held for us or myself. And he's trying to pull everything off, and he can't get his leg. Like he's trying to Hulk out of this chair because it's packing tape. It's not duct tape. Once you layer that shit up, if anybody knows, layer up packing tape, it's like breaking chains.
Yeah.
So he finally starts ripping stuff off, and he's just sitting there, and his face, his head movement, I mimic it because I remember it so well, and he's just like this disappointed head shake. He's just like, "Rah."
That would be so shitty.
And he looks over at this table, and there's Whataburger bags everywhere, and drinks and stuff, and
there's a burrito.
Like, there's a burrito and
with cigarette butts in it.
Yeah. And
that's where this came from.
Okay, and so then there's a burger, a Whataburger Junior to be precise. Apparently only mustard for the topping, and they're like, no, because he's looking at it like, man, I'm gonna take me a bite out of that thing. And so he's looking at it and he's like, and they're like holding each other, like, no. And I'm like, what am I not in on right now? And
break at that point.
Who's all there?
Hold on,
Who's
stop.
all watching this?
It's me,
you,
Jay.
Jay.
So Jay's just like coming into the thing because he's getting woke up. Me, Corey, Spencer,
Spencer,
think,
Nate,
Jay, and Nate Wallace, and
Todd,
Nate?
possibly.
Todd in and out.
Nate.
Everyone knows this, but you.
But Jay, at the time, we're about to tell him.
Yeah.
In between things that have happened, Corey just happens.
And the guy in the chair doesn't know either.
And the guy that isn't sharing the
fuck
know.
him, though. Fuck him, though, right?
Corey just happens
Eat a brick.
to get the idea to go take a shit in between a hot dog bun, put it in a Whataburger wrapper.
No, it wasn't a hot dog bun. It was a burger.
It was not.
It was a Whataburger Junior bun.
No, it was a hot dog bun, bro.
Remember we were talking
Are
about
you
fragment
sure?
memories
I'm
earlier?
positive it's a hot dog bun.
I thought because it had mustard.
That's why
when
it
he
had
peeled
mustard
back,
on it.
But it was a top. He peeled it and he put it in the. Well, hold on, let me finish. All
Okay.
right, because I was getting to that, but
Can you Google that?
so
Jamie?
they're like no, and because Corey specifically said that's not a burger.
Oh yes. No, there's a reason because he put it in the wrapper, didn't he? Like it was sitting there.
No, it wasn't even in the wrap. It was open on the table.
On the
It
wrapper.
was sitting on a burger wrapper.
Yes.
but it was a burger.
No, it was a.
Isn't that why
It
it's
might have
Or else it'd be a shit
That's
hot
why-
dog.
yeah,
I mean,
that's
why?
why he was
We
called
called it
burger.
shit burger though because it
Why?
looked like a burger.
Okay.
Because when he pushed
All right.
it
Well,
down,
then you should have been called a shit hot dog.
Semantics.
Hey,
Yeah,
check
semantics.
this out.
Either way.
Yeah.
Either way.
Wait, listen. On UrbanDictionary.com, a poop hot dog is the act of a man or a woman taking a shit onto a hot dog bun while their partner puts it in their vagina and or anus.
Thank you, Jamie.
Yikes.
yeah.
I
thank
figured
you.
a shit dog would be like after you pull out of a girl's butt and it's covered in poop. You just
Like a
kinda,
dick trick?
You just kind of lay it in between her labia.
So, anyways, this guy fucking.
Shit dog. So he's looking at it and he's about to eat this piece of shit that's on bread. Can we agree on that?
Yeah.
You guys agree on that, right?
It's a burger.
Yeah,
it's a burger.
It's
a burger.
for the story
Yeah.
and for what he's called.
Yeah.
Yes. So I'm like, what is it? And Corey's like, it's shit. I'm like, oh fuck. So he looks at it. He's like, man, you can see he doesn't say a word, but you see in his drunken eyes, like that looks so fucking good right now.
And we're just like,
And there's
no, no.
mustard. You can see the mustard coming out of the side.
Mixed with
like
the
there's
poop?
a little. Well, it's on the bun.
Yeah.
But it's mixed with the poop.
Yeah, we have to have
Yes.
condiments for
Yeah.
your sandwich. So he looks over. He just starts licking his chops. He's like,
literally licking his chops.
and he goes over and he leans over to it, and I'm like, no fucking way. He grabs it and he goes, and he takes this big old bite and he starts doing this. While he's chewing. He's like, like he knows
it, dude, like
he knows
5,
something's
6
off,
times.
and then he swallows and he goes,
Oh my god.
and he goes like this. He goes,
God.
you gotta watch. He goes for bite number 2. And chews it up the same way.
And we're
like,
crying.
holy crap. And he finally gets out of the chair.
No one stopped him?
I'm on the ground rolling around
Nobody
trying not
stopped
to
You would
laugh
not
loud.
have this story had somebody stopped it.
Yeah.
So he goes,
It's that extra 30 seconds, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He gets undone and he goes and lays on the couch. We go in there. Corey promptly takes that, puts it in a freezer bag so he can throw it in the freezer to prove to people
What?
that this guy just ate shit.
Yes.
He put it in our freezer.
It had bite marks in it. And stuff.
Yes.
Exactly.
That's
to
why
show
we
the
put it
teeth
in there,
marks.
yeah.
To show the teeth marks.
I missed the first part of the story. Did
The
the guy
best part
deserve
about
it?
yes, he was being an asshole.
I know you had to
know
have
him.
met him before. He's
Yeah.
a real piece of shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he deserved to put
eat
him.
shit.
He deserved to put him in him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
He deserved
fucking
it,
bad,
fine, but
dude.
Yeah, and he'd always like
rub his nipples. He'd get drunk and rub his
Did he
nipples.
live with you guys or something?
No, he hung out with
He was
Corey.
one of Corey's buddies.
Another
Yeah.
Corey story. Hey, now that you're back, I want to tell this story. All right. So, me and Keith are going through photos on Facebook, and I'm like, I swear that this photo's on Facebook. I was looking for like a video of my dog when she was a puppy that I couldn't find it. I'm like, I think I put it on Facebook. So I go on Facebook and I find this fucking video that I had no idea it was on there. And I'm like, fucking check this out. And I start showing Keith. It's the show, the Far Show.
Yeah.
Where was that at? That was at
House of Blues.
No, Rhythm Room.
Rhythm
right
Room.
down the street. I drive by it every day.
Yeah,
from,
because
like 11th Street Indian.
fucking ain't to be fucked with, or Muscle Man Dan, little Dan Sheets. Dan Sheets was there.
Oh,
So
fucking
no,
Dan,
this is
yes.
this is why because we were talking about the greatest shows of our lives and shit like that, and
Yeah.
putting them in order. And I was debating whether
This is
that's
number
one
one
or
for
two.
me.
Yeah.
It's one or two because were you at the Snot Show when Deftones and everyone played? Of
course.
Okay, so that to me that's kind of like
Yeah.
1, 2, and 3 or whatever. But anyway, but the reason why the Rhythm Room with Far is because it was a coincidence. Everyone that we knew and their fucking brothers were there.
Yeah, we knew everybody.
Bean Dip.
Bean Dip was
Bean
there.
Dip was there.
Yeah,
fucking
Dan Sheets.
fucking
Brett.
I don't think Brett
no,
was there.
Eddie was there from PhD.
Yeah,
Eddie
like
drummer Eddie.
everybody, dude.
Everybody was. It was amazing. It's a
don't
family.
have it.
It's kind of like when we go. We know like if failure's coming into town. You know, I mean,
Yeah.
they're
So,
not playing anymore. I don't think they're.
I want to
think they're
explain
done,
this
but-
for people that don't get in on this inside thing. There's this band. It's called Far. They put out 3 albums, but 2 albums when they were originally together.
Somebody else recorded it as well.
Yeah,
I
but
have-
not. Hold on. Don't
Yeah.
ruin this. Don't ruin this.
No, I do.
Yeah.
I have the. Are those the ones I sent to you?
No,
Where I got
no.
to.
I want those though, but I'm
I
gonna
gotta
bring those
find
up.
them because I record. I got to the side of the
You
stage.
guys just send it to me and I'll edit it.
Yeah.
And make it
Sorry.
into a cool video.
So real quick, guys, this is a band called Far. They put out an album called Water and Solutions. I mean, they put out 3 albums, but Water and Solutions is a seminal album in all of
Amazing.
our lives. Personally, this
soundtrack to our lives.
yeah,
really.
yes, yeah. Personally, this band changed my life, like literally, in every single way, changed my life. And they had broken up right as we started getting into them. I think they played like maybe 1 or 2 shows from that album.
Yeah.
And
the saddest thing in the world is I was at one of their shows at the
Didn't
Snot
know
Show,
it?
but I didn't know who they were.
Yes.
And that's
Oh, yeah.
when like we kind of discovered them
Yeah.
because they were their
Big,
CDs
big
and their
show.
shit. But that anyway.
And so they break up. So we're never going to be to see this band. And this band is my favorite band of all time. That album is my favorite album of all time.
Yeah, and
I
we've
mean,
seen
it's-
the other
yes.
bands, but it's not the same.
It's
the
not
other
the
bands
same.
he did, they're
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, like one line drawing.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
So
All
the
those other
singer,
ones.
the singer Jonah ended up doing some side stuff.
Sean
One Line
Lopez
Drawing.
did other stuff.
Sean Lopez
Yeah.
did not at the time, but he is doing with Chino. This,
Yeah, Team Sleep.
He also
Team-
had awesome.
no, not
other-
Team Sleep. Crosses.
Crosses. Yeah.
What was that rabbit band he had? Like Run with the Rabbit?
No,
No,
that
that's
was Failure.
That was.
That was
He-
failure.
uh,
Story.
Sean
that-
Lopez had Revolution Smile.
yes.
Yeah, well, that was before. That was
That was-
Revolution Smile was before Far.
Yeah. No. That was
that
right
after?
after Far. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sunday Day Real Estate is what I'm
Yeah.
thinking.
I got a funny story real quick. So Far as this band that just changed so many people's lives in our crew, okay? their drummer is named Chris Robin, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so one of our best friends, Chris Rabin, is in the Coast Guard. And it's the same. It's right after like we had gotten into this album and gotten really big, and so he started listening to there, and that became like him but in the Coast Guard, you know. And so he's messaging Jonah when Jonah's in One Line Drawing, and his Gmail address is
Christopher Robin.
Chris Robin at gmail.com. Jonah starts talking to the guy thinking he's fucking Chris Robin, his drummer in Far.
That's awesome.
It was like 3 emails later. So anyways, this band changed our lives. And we didn't get a chance to see him. We never got a chance to see him. At least not.
I did. I'd see
not all together.
Yeah, not all together.
No.
We were extreme.
It was
fans
very new. I don't even know. I never even heard of Water and Solutions because that same show that they played was the same night as the
and the one
Kid
what was the one
Rock
before
show.
that? Tin Cans and Strings to You.
Yeah, Tin Cans.
So you were at the Kid Rock show while we were at that show?
I couldn't fucking believe it. No.
Oh.
No.
Because I want to say it was the patio of Club Rio?
What?
It's the far.
No, it was the Heat.
No, the Heat. Yeah, it was
the Heat.
Well, that's the show we played with them, right?
Yeah.
The Brick played with them.
I'm not sure.
Was that the Heat?
Anyways.
Nita's Hideaway? The
yes.
Same club,
Yes. So anyways, this band changes our lives. We don't get to see them. At least I never got to see them.
Gesundheit.
We would go see all their other side projects and there's no same. So they come out and they say that they're going to play just one tour and they're going to come and they play the whole fucking
Well, they were
album.
supporting that album right there.
Well, yeah, but they loved Arizona. They loved the fans there. I would have paid $200 for that ticket.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Fuck yeah.
Easily.
And it was like $15.
Yeah.
Or
It was
less.
old school show prices.
Yeah. We go in. There's like 200 people max.
Well, it's a small club.
Yeah, but it wasn't even packed.
What made it packed was once they came up, everybody kind of pushed
Everybody was there to see
the
Far.
bar.
But let's talk about the vibe when they were fucking playing.
Yes,
Everyone's
that's what
singing
I want to get
along.
into.
I was in the front row.
I've never been to a show like that.
Yeah.
I was in the
It was
front row.
amazing.
I was crying.
The similar show would be like Juliana Theory. Juliana Theory.
Jonah's
was kinda
Juliana
like
Theory,
that.
but
we'd all get together and we'd
was-
sing at
I
the
was
top
at
of
that
our
show.
But
lungs.
not
Not
like Far.
Yeah, that Far show is Keith was sobbing.
It was the
there
greatest
tears
show I've ever
everywhere.
seen,
It is,
yeah.
and the fact that there was so many people we hadn't seen in so long,
Yeah.
but they're there because they had the same impact. And
You know what? Here's this is kind of crazy. It's an aft kind of, but that was the last. I wanted to say it because my brother's here. That was one of the last times I saw Scott. Remember, Scott was living with us at the time,
Our cousin Scott, yeah.
and he came with us to that show. I had
Oh,
been
yeah.
telling him for years.
Dude, I remember that. Dude.
I had been telling him for years, you got to see this band. Ever since like I got into music, because he was like my older cousin that I used to see all the time when I was a kid. And he was always he played drums. He's like 10 years older than me. He was really into music. And I remember for years telling him, you got to see this band. You got to listen to this band. You got to listen to this band. And it just so happens 10 fucking years later, he's living with me the night of that show. And I'm like, you're coming with me to go see this band.
divine intervention.
But that's how that show was. Like you said, everybody just showed up that hadn't
that's not
seen
the
each
right
other in a
word.
while. That's kind of what it is. It
Yeah,
is
I
divine.
guess in a sense,
it was
yeah.
meant to be, dude.
Yeah.
And so, anyways, I'm go back to the beginning of the story. I'm going through Facebook videos, and I didn't know I had this video. There's a really short video of one of their songs that somebody put up that was there.
He pulled this up when we were in the living room, and I almost like teared up.
Yeah.
Mine,
Like I was like, this is
my videos
fucking
might
bad.
be on Facebook, but I haven't been on Facebook in 4 or 5 years.
It's fucking my favorite song on this album. I like it. My favorite Far song of all time.
That's the first song I heard by them.
It's just the beginning of that song, the whole fucking song.
Yeah.
Sean breaks a string, and in the middle of the song, you see him go tell Jonah, "Hey, fucking just chill,
Jam out
just
for the
jam
bass
out
and
for a bit.
drums
I'm
for a
gonna go do
minute.
this."
I love when bands do
And
that
you could see Sean in the background fixing it and shit.
I remember.
It's fucking such a dope video, dude.
Staged left.
And yep. And fucking Jonah's coming out and he's right there talking to us. It's fucking one of the coolest fucking things, dude.
Speaking of on how cool they are, we're talking about seeing their side projects. Do you remember when we went and saw them at
One Line Drawing
Modified.
at Club Modified?
Yes.
And Todd and I go over to play shuffleboard, and we happen to play against Jonah and his bass player
Gratitude.
drummer.
That's
was
one of the baddest
Gratitude.
Was
things ever,
it
dude.
Gratitude?
It was for Gratitude. We
Yeah.
went to go see Gratitude.
So yeah, and they weren't even. Remember,
we saw
they,
Jam at Zia.
Yeah, we went that before
Well,
the show. We went with.
So we go next door to that. You know that? Remember that bar that was next to Modified? We go in there because it's cheaper to drink there for one. We go
Yeah,
over
what
there.
was the
and
place? It wasn't Modified. It was the place where the two.
It was off of Broadway.
Yeah.
Broadway and the
next to the
101.
That's
club
not
was
Modified.
a sports bar.
Yeah. No, Modified was down.
Yeah.
That's our district, Roosevelt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't remember. We played there.
Yeah, you guys played there.
Virulence played there. A bunch of people played there. Anyways,
Oh, Bash on Ash?
no,
No.
it was in a strip mall.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
It was
in
like a strip mall because there's a bar attached next to it, and there's like a Circle K or 7-Eleven that's in
There's
the
a
parking
7-Eleven,
lot.
yeah, 'cause we
with
used to-
it.
yeah.
But it's like here, and here's the club.
It's
Anyways,
over on Roosevelt.
No,
no,
not
it
Modified.
was on
Fuck
it was
it.
on
This
Broadway.
is a different place.
It was like Broadway and Apache.
Yeah, something like that. Anyways, I don't know.
Anyways, so we go next door and we're like, shit, shuffleboard table, and me and Todd are just fucking around on it. And we see Jonah, and I think it was his bass player or drummer, I can't remember. And we get challenged to a game of shuffleboard.
Yeah.
And they beat us. And I told them I'll never see you live ever again for beating me. Like messing around, you know, but
They ended up staying and playing like 5 games.
yeah, we played forever.
Yeah.
You know what's funny is
they were supposed to go. Weren't they supposed to go back and do it like a second? There was something where they needed to get back to their bus or something like that.
They were on their tour. That was
For
like
Gratitude?
the first night of their
Yeah,
tour.
but so they I think I don't know. Maybe they just popped over for a beer and
Yeah.
they were gonna leave. But we ended up playing like 5 games.
They just
with
enjoyed
them.
raping you?
I enjoyed it. Can't rape the willing, my
Brian,
friend.
remember when Jonah would come up and be like, "Hey, I'm Jonah," and we're like,
Well,
yeah.
no, I was gonna.
That was at the same show.
Oh no, I want to touch on that really quick. One of my baddest Jonah moments is that Modified. I think it was one line drawing, but he was by
It was
himself.
one line drawing, yeah.
And we were
That's
just
all
all
it was,
chilling
yeah.
in the.
It was just
I don't
me
know
and
what it
Keith.
was.
It's good.
No, I think. Well,
This is the show we're talking about is a different show. This one Modified was just me and you.
okay. I thought there was a few other friends there, but anyway,
No.
I just remember just chilling, and then all of a sudden you get a tap on the shoulder, and it was fucking Jonah, and he was asking any requests, and dude, I was in such fucking like celebrity shock, and which is weird because I've seen the biggest celebrities ever, and I don't ever feel that way, but it was Jonah that I couldn't even fucking think of a song name. As a matter of fact, I feel embarrassed. Like I was like,
You know that one that goes.
yeah. I couldn't think of any fucking songs.
That
And-
one, you know.
And so then I just like, and then he left, and I was like, man, he probably doesn't think I'm a fan. You know what I mean? But then he went up to McClay, and McClay's like, "In My Life" by the Beatles, because he did a cover of that.
That's
Yeah.
my all-time favorite
Sure
song.
as fucking
Yeah.
shit, Jonah opens up the show with "In My Life," which is one of my fucking favorite Beatles songs of all time either. And not only was it like, was I crying during him playing it, but then he fucking points out McClay and thanks McClay's like, "Thank you. This is like
Yeah.
one of the baddest openers
He's
ever." Blah blah blah. blah.
he's
And I
one of
was
the
like-
most-
I was like, I know this guy.
Yeah.
And like right over to where that jersey is. Was
Did
the
you
dude
guys
from
get
Jimmy
laid
Eat
because
World.
of it?
I wish.
No, the singer from
By
Jimmy.
him?
Remember the
Yeah.
singer from
By
Jimmy
him?
Eat World was standing there.
I'm all yours, sir.
What's that?
The singer from Jimmy
Oh,
Eat World
yeah.
was standing like right there.
Jimmy,
Yeah.
By
Jimmy
himself,
right
just-
next to us. Like
Because he knows Jonah's a bad motherfucker.
I think I was at that show because I
I think
remember
so too, dude.
I remember the guy from because somebody was like,
I'll
dude,
tell
that's
you
the
why I know
that's
you
the
were
singer
there.
of Jimmy Eat World.
I'll tell you why I know you were there, Jay.
Jim
because
Atkins.
I left
Yeah,
the
I was
Acceptance
there.
was there too. Do
Jay-
you remember Acceptance being there?
Yes, acceptance.
I'll tell you why.
Yes, yes,
because
you were
I
there.
left the show, and then you guys had stories about Jonah jamming on the
Playing on the
sidewalk
sidewalks.
acoustically,
Yes.
and I wasn't there
Yep.
for that.
Yeah,
I was like,
'cause
what?
you're telling me this, and I'm like, this feels like more than a memory of it
Yeah.
being told.
Yeah.
Yeah,
to
you
me.
were there.
Yeah.
You were there. You were
He's
there.
jamming on the sidewalk and shit. Like what?
Because that was the either I think the
That was the
first time
first
we'd
time we
gone
saw
there.
him.
Well, I think that was the first time we had gone there because
To Modified?
well,
was
I
the
think
first
that was
time
the
I was
first
there.
time I'd been there because then you and I we went and saw Denali there.
Yes.
Yeah, with this
Modified was a great
I think
place
it was
to see a
it was
little
Denali
band.
and the Start.
Yes.
It's still there.
Yes.
That was a good.
Is
that
it
was a
still
good
there?
show.
It's more of an art gallery. That
It was
area.
always an art gallery.
Well, yeah, and they
Yeah.
just kind of moved shit aside.
yeah,
and
yeah.
so that's all right there. That's all that
Yeah.
that whole section is.
Yeah.
It's all apartments now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People do everything on YouTube now. It's hard to get the buskers to sit there and watch the buskers and get good music on the streets because it's all fucking YouTube now.
So I hope you plan on doing this more, brother.
Yeah, I would love to. I like I said, I've been on the Not for Human Consumption podcast a few times because one of their guys had some stuff going on, some personal stuff going on, and long time ago I'd done it, and it's like this, just talking.
You got the radio voice,
That's
bro.
all. Yeah.
Well, I mean, but it's just fun,
Yeah.
There's no I got a little drunk when I did the other one, and I was cutting people off, and
Oh, I do. That's me every podcast.
So,
You're fine. That's all.
But yeah,
Get used to the rhythm.
yeah. So I don't. I just want to hang out with my friends more often, anyways.
I'm right there with you.
Yeah.
So it's funny to let everybody know how this worked out. I had fucking just messaged Jay like, "Hey man, where you at? Let's hang out. It's been too long. Let's hang out."
Sorry, man, I'm busy.
And he tells me, "Sorry, I'm busy." Right?
We gotta tell him why. Because I never tell you.
And the reason why is because Keith doesn't tell me the guests, right? And I'm cool with that.
no, there's a logic. There's a reason, but
so I'm kind of bummed out that my friend doesn't want to fucking hang out with me, and he's just lying to me about hanging out with other people. And he shows up today, so
Yeah.
well, what's funny?
what
maybe he didn't hear it when I said stay till 4. But he kind of got that Jay was coming. I thought for sure with the barbecue and everything, you just knew.
I
Jay
had
was,
no fucking clue.
That's awesome.
I
I love that.
I figured you guys did a barbecue every time.
No,
That'd be
no,
dope.
no,
Wow.
I've been meaning to.
I should have worn my barbecue
No, that's a
shirt.
plan. That's the plan.
Should have dressed up.
That'd be fun.
Matter of fact, we gotta be charging that GoPro for that shit.
Yeah, let's do that.
But yeah, man. So fucking, you can come down there anytime you want, dude. We're not too far
show
away.
up.
No, seriously, to
My
hang
face
out or
against
just
the window. Hi, guys.
I mean, we don't have. I mean, eventually it'll evolve into more mics and shit. But even hanging out and just chilling, just fucking
of course.
whatever, dude.
Yeah,
So,
I want.
I don't give a fuck.
My daughter doesn't really want to hang out with me anymore. She's too old.
I was about to say,
But,
you're an old man.
That's crazy,
Yeah, she
man.
just turned 16.
I know. I don't want to.
She driving?
Man.
Should we tell the story of Wayne at your birthday?
Oh,
Who's this? Sandy, you remember?
He hit on her.
Because remember I brought you the big blow up R2D2?
oh yes.
And I come in,
He
it's
walked
Ryan
in.
and I. It's
Nobody's
Ryan and I.
seen Ryan in, like,
yeah,
fucking-
I mean, but you knew. But
I knew.
You knew who it was.
Yeah, my dad
everybody.
doesn't.
So, and we walk in, and I'm saying hi to everybody. He's like, hey, the Waniac comes over to me, and he's like, hey, what's going on? He's all, who's this? And here's Sandy. She's all, that's Ryan, Wayne. Lil Mac is losing it. He's in the kitchen just losing it, laughing his ass off. And he's all, he just felt so, it was
I would love to have my
fucking
dad on
Wayne.
this show,
Yes.
bro.
You know, I'm glad that you said that because I thought of just asking them and surprising them like your dad shows
Yeah.
up. That would be awesome.
I'd
wouldn't it?
love to have my dad on this
Oh,
show.
there's
man.
no way. I don't think
let
they
me
can
end
hold the
this-
surprise.
let me
I just can't wait
Sandy,
till it just
Sandy
says,
would ruin it.
You know how funny it would say on YouTube? It's all episode 33, McClay's dad.
Yeah.
That's what it'd say.
It should say the Waniac.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
the Waniac.
Yeah.
So
So
no. You know how you says the guests and then what they are like so and so
McClay's
filmmaker.
dad.
McClay's dad. The
Waniac.
Waniac. Yeah,
Yeah.
Waniac.
Yeah, dude. So
You should do a sound record a sound bite like it's being announced.
Yeah.
McClay's dad, the Waniac.
That's it right there.
Yeah, that's
We can
it.
redo the intro. That could be another one. Where
Yeah.
the fuck is Waniac?
Yeah.
That's funny. Yeah. You
So-
should put him in a mask, have his face blacked out so nobody knows.
Well,
who
You
he
know
is.
what's crazy?
I ordered a green screen so we could just have him
That would be
he's floating
great,
in
bro.
space.
That'd be great.
We need to get him high too.
Yeah.
Dude, would he?
Bro, I got a story to tell,
Would
right?
your dad get high
Hold
on
on.
the podcast?
I don't
That
know.
would be-
I don't know, but I got a good
Awesome.
story. Right? My dad hasn't smoked in 30 years.
This was a great
Longer
Okay.
than that, dude. Probably 40.
He hasn't smoked in 30 years, okay?
You're wrong. It's 30.
And he comes over, and I had just gotten some concentrate. And he goes, where the weed at, man?
Sorry. I think it's 40. So he hasn't smoked weed in 30.
So he comes
was
over.
too
He
good.
goes, where the weed at? And I go, you want some? He goes, yeah. You know, I've been trying to get him for years to do it, and because he was going to this pain center, he couldn't
Yeah.
do it. You know, they
Garbage pain
pissed. Yeah.
centers.
And so he finally said, fuck the pain center. I just want to get on the weed. So, because I've been talking to him about it for years. And he goes, yeah, I want to try it. I bust out the fucking concentrate, dude.
Oh, God.
Dabs?
Yeah. And I fucking put the biggest
you have a
fucking
rig?
dad. I have one of those What do they call
I
them?
know what you're talking about. The
birds.
pens that you put
Yeah,
in?
yeah. The Roadrunners, I think they call them.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's like this Roadrunner glass piece.
One hit,
Yeah, I
dude.
don't know
Yeah.
what the fuck that is.
Yeah, and I fucking and he hits it, and he was fucking higher than giraffe pussy, dude. He was up there, bro, and he was loving it. He loved it. It was like
Yeah, he was great.
it was
Really?
Oh yeah, dude.
That-
He was Blanzy was there. Him and Blanzy are talking. My brother,
Jesus.
he was fucking loving it, man.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he
It
had a
was
good time.
great,
Yeah.
dude.
I'm
He
clipping
didn't
this
get
for
he
my
didn't get
dad.
sick, or he didn't.
That's
No, he
wasn't
didn't
too
trip.
high?
He didn't trip out. He didn't.
Nothing.
Yeah,
Just
nothing.
enjoyed it.
Just enjoyed it. Yeah.
Let me. We're pretty far over, but let me.
No,
Okay.
we're good.
Okay. Let me say
go-
something.
we go 10 over with homies.
Yeah. There's something I want to say though, real quick, because there's one thing I really remember from being when I say a kid, I mean in high school. I remember from that time period, high school, just after high school, is that, we would all get together at these big, huge parties, and not just of us, like our parents.
Yeah, everybody.
Everybody.
Yeah,
And I used
everybody.
to
The
get
Greenfields,
yes,
everybody.
families.
Yeah.
I used to get embarrassed when my dad would show up, right?
Yeah.
Because I was a fucking
Of course,
dumb kid. And you guys
you didn't realize how amazing he was.
I know. You guys used to all tell me, dude, your dad is fucking hilarious.
He's great.
I get to a fucking age where I, look at my dad differently, and all I want to do is hang out with him because of how fucking funny he is to
Yeah.
hang out with.
That's
I
what-
think of those times going, man, I fucking
You missed out.
I missed out.
That's right.
on
I got
yeah.
it. I got a lot of it because when we'd have those, especially when we do the parties at the Greenfields. All the wives would stay in. All the wives would hang out in the kitchen, and some of the girlfriends and stuff would go
Yeah.
talk to him.
Yeah.
But your
guys all
dad and
sat on
everybody
the-
come out on the patio.
Yeah.
And that was the spot to be. Like I was always
patio,
over
yeah.
there. That's where I wanted to sit. Like that was the cool kids table.
Dad would be-
I'm like hanging out with the dads. And unfortunately Tracy would never be there
No.
because that would make it.
Do you remember?
That would just make it even
one
that
time.
much better.
One thing I remember being there for my dad for I remember was so fucking funny at the Greenfields. We were all drinking, and Brian Greenfield, David's dad, hands my dad like a bottle of Crown Royale that's like a third, like it has like maybe like a quarter of Crown into it, and my dad grabs the bottle and fucking tilts it back and chugs it all. And then acts like he's going to spike it like a football. And everybody freaks the fuck out. My dad goes, and doesn't let go of it and laughs at everybody because everybody's going, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Your dad's badass, bro.
It was the coolest fucking
He's
thing,
great.
man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's great.
Can I,
Great.
before we wrap, can I tell you my favorite Greenfield moment?
Yeah.
Coincidentally, there was a house party there, and coincidentally, there was a house party right across the street. But they were about 3 grades older. We fucking sent
Lindsay
a
Toole.
We sent
Yeah.
a posse in about 4 people. Fucking grabbed their keg, fucking put it over the fence. Had a posse of another 4 people. Grabbed that keg, ran over to Greenfield, and just fucking straight up jacked that party's keg. That was the baddest.
That
shit
had to have
ever,
been
bro.
like
That was so
Colin
bad.
and Polk and
Oh,
It was
Oh,
me,
it was-
Todd,
BJ
Blanzia, Cardelli,
Yeah,
There we
me.
go.
Keith. Yeah.
Yeah,
There
we
was like,
jacked this fucking
I
these.
knew Cardelli had
Oh!
to be in there somewhere.
Who was the one where we put the edibles out and we?
Mike Elcock, Lindsay
Yeah, he
Tools, the
told me
same
that
place.
story. Yeah,
The brownies.
Lex
X-Lax
Lax brownies.
X-Lax brownies. I've
X-Lax
heard the
brownies
story.
that mom helped me make.
Oh my god! Remember we
Riz-
tried
Don
to make the
Rizzo,
weed
tell
brownies at Jimmy's?
No, tell Don
And you
Rizzo
guys-
the story of the weed brownies real quick.
The X-Lax brownies?
Yeah, not weed brownies.
Yeah.
X-Lax brownies. Sorry.
So
a
there
weed
was
brownie story coming
these
right
2
after.
fucking cocksuckers that were, I think they were like 2 grades older than
Yeah,
us
we
in high
just hated
school.
them.
We fucking hated these guys, and we had known one of them for fucking years, and we just thought he was a douchebag. But this
Acted
is
like
just
we
like
liked him.
cherry is on top, right? We hear that there's going to be this huge party at their house. And, all these people are showing up, and we're like, there's fucking got to be a chance that one of them would eat the brownie. If
Well, not only
it would
that, but
be
they're gonna leave
classic.
out food.
Yeah, it's like it's a potluck.
Yeah, it's a potluck
Yeah.
kind of deal.
So we hear about it, so we go and get the fucking brownies with the chocolate X-Lax. But I mean the X-Lax, that's the chocolate pieces.
And mixed it
And
with brownies.
mixed it with brownies. And my mom helped us make it. We made 2 fucking huge platters, dude, with like 8 boxes. So much X-Lax, right? A whole box in each one.
Just went to the party,
Yep.
set them out like nothing.
It was
just
walk,
chilled.
yeah.
Slick as fuck.
Just chilled.
Watch two guys.
Silent shit assassin.
One of
Watch two guys walk in.
One of them was Mike Alcock.
Just so happened to be two of the dudes that we thought would be funny to let eat shit brownies. Pound the whole fucking thing.
The funniest thing was like they ate one, and then I was like, "Wow, these are pretty fucking good." And then like just
Ate the whole fucking thing.
And we're just like,
There were
hilarious.
stories about this for fucking years, dude. These guys shit. They couldn't go to school, dude.
Oh, I never knew that.
Yeah, they couldn't go to school, man.
no, like they were on like the basketball team
Yeah.
too, like at fucked up sports.
I thought they were
Yeah.
football players.
They're like the cool
Football.
kids.
Yeah.
athletes, whatever, all the way around.
Yeah.
Breaking shit.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Oh yeah. Anyway,
Yeah, we tried making weed brownies.
Oh,
One
yeah, that was a
time.
nightmare. That was before.
was that at Turs or
Is it
Mike's?
Jimmy's?
Mike
No,
Mike's?
is it Jimmy's?
Jimmy's.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and
You were there
they're
for that.
they're making it.
You were there for the after effect.
Yeah, and they're making them because we'd gone. Remember, we'd gone all the way to Scottsdale to meet Josh Ray.
To get what we thought were Quaaludes.
Well, we got a whole like pound of. Remember, it was just like
Yeah.
a hodge, like
Yeah.
a mixed bag, and so I guess I'll start it from there. Should I
Yeah.
start it from there?
Yeah.
We go. This is back in our days. We go to pick up some illegal substances to partake in, some pills, and we had we were picking up something specifically. Like I think it was like Xanax or painkillers. I can't remember.
It was
what we were
calling.
picking
This
up.
was years ago, and he was
Yeah.
calling them Quaaludes, and we're
Yeah,
like, "Fucking
They
Quaaludes."
make lewds
Seen
again.
those
Yeah.
from the 80s.
Yeah.
So we go to pick them up, and it's like a mixed bag. It's like a grab bag.
There was
you know,
Xanax bars in there.
Everything.
There was
Some we didn't
yeah.
know what it was,
Yeah.
and we get it, and we get in the car, and we're like, "You don't take one of those Xanax right now?" Because I don't think I'd ever taken one, and
Yeah, this was like
you know,
in
but it was
OG.
the bar. We thought that
99.
was just one pill.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Jesus.
You have
You
to
know,
explain to me what that
But
is.
we both. Well, I'm explaining to your,
I know,
your
I know.
fans. I mean, I'm sure,
have fans?
I'm sure at this point in life, everybody's had
there's fans?
Xanax.
Yes.
That's my worst fear.
They hand them out like candy. Anyways, we both take a full bar,
3 days later.
and we're driving, and we're fine. We're absolutely fine. I didn't feel a damn thing.
We thought we got ripped
and
off.
and we're all the way in Scottsdale, right?
Yeah.
We go all the way out to Scottsdale to get these, and we go all the way back to Arrowhead, to where Jimmy was, and I'm like, man, we're pissed. Like we're kind of, oh man, what a motherfucker, you know, trying to figure out who could we call then, you know, because I don't think it was that much money.
No. I was
But-
just trying to
so-
find something else.
Open the door, I get out, and I'm all.
Spaghetti legs.
Yeah, I felt like I was walking on melted marshmallows. Like
Grandma
I
thing.
just couldn't. I was like, everything was slow, and McClay's kind of like, yeah, we're starting to kind of feel it. Of course, I'm feeling it a lot more. McClay's just kind of loosey goosey, and we walk in, and they're all they've decided to make weed brownies. We walk in, and I'm just like, one eye's over here, the other eye's this way. I'm just trying to focus. And they just throw the weed in the brownie batter. Just throw it straight into the brownie batter.
We were
All the
fucking
weed. It's just the whole bag. Stems,
An
everything.
ounce. We were
I mean,
fucking-
doesn't matter stems and all, it's wrong anyways.
Rookies.
But They just,
Rookies.
yeah. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, I don't think that's right. You know, I'm like, but I'm like, I don't know. And so they make them. They're done. And I don't know how I managed to even stay awake for a while because I ended up just pretty much
Yeah.
dying on the chair
Yeah.
for like a day and a half.
Yeah.
But so I'm eating. I take a bite. I'm like, I've never eaten.
You know what it
I've never
reminded me
eaten,
of?
Well, I've never eaten like horse shit filled with hay, but I'm pretty sure it was the same because it
You're
was
gonna
just
get like stems in your teeth.
yeah, I getting poked in your gum. Ow, you know, like
Not just
when you
stems.
It's like
when you-
bleeding.
Yeah, when you accidentally get a bone in a nugget or something,
Yeah,
you know,
seeds,
It
too.
was so, and it was never ending. It was one bite. I mean, you're just
Just weed.
there wasn't
what it
enough.
reminds me of? It reminds me
especially
of the
having
East-
cotton mouth.
Did
There
it
wasn't
even-
enough water.
You
to
remember in
quench
Easter?
your thirst.
Did
Those
it, wait,
little-
did
those
it get
little-
you high? Did it get you high?
No.
Hold on, no. Do you remember in Easter those things that look like nests?
Yeah.
But they're like chocolate and
Yeah.
they're meant to look like little nests. That's what it reminds me
Yeah,
of, dude.
no, it reminded me of a of a hay-filled horse shit. That's the dry and everything. You know what I mean? It was just dry. Like,
that's when we learned that you can't fucking eat weed just like weed and get high from it.
A weed particle bonbon.
Yeah. And they stayed in Jimmy's fridge for
ever. There was cookies too. They made the chocolate chip cookies.
Yeah.
And nobody ever touched them.
His mom ate one night.
The whole fridge smelled like weed. Just very strong weed.
For like 7
all
months.
The time.
Yeah. Like 7 months.
And because I was staying with him.
I know.
And I opened the door and every time I'd see it, I was like, oh.
Yeah.
Like I'd instantly get cotton mouth just looking at him. And not from being high, but because the plant matter was absorbing all the saliva in my mouth trying to chew.
Yeah.
You know, I say, fuck all these fucking motherfuckers listening on YouTube and shit, and just go eat barbecue. Fuck this, we get to go talk ourselves, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, some stories are for us.
Yeah, fuck you. We're out. It's Bogcast episode 20. Dude, you're a motherfucker.
No, I'm your friend. I'm just your
That's
friend.
a wrap. Come on anytime, dude. We got the outro music.
Oh, I'll come on.
Bang.